What this day is about is our activists, political advisors, elected representatives from all over having discussion about how we move forward as a party and a movement. Really exciting. We've people of all ages, young and not so young. We've people from all constituencies, and we want those ideas because it's the new ideas and the new initiatives and the new thinking mixed with our experienced political activists that can really drive this movement forward, and that's what today is all about. It's great being in Sinn Féin. Look how we're growing. We're growing north and south. We're growing in the Assembly, in Leinster House. We're growing in councils. This morning I travelled up with 2 women from one constituency who are prospective candidates. It's fantastic just seeing our growth. We're a positive, progressive, radical party. Unionism in crisis, we're moving forward. We're dealing with all the issues, we're delivering for people, and we're really changing things north and south. I'm really proud to be a member of Sinn Féin. It's great.
Well, today is a fantastic day. We've over 100 people here, activists who want to come and talk about the current situation. It's been very positive and very upbeat. We're sort of taking stock basically, taking a look at where we're at currently and bringing forward recommendations for how we move forward. It's been very, very positive, and I think the key message that we're getting out today very clearly is that negativity gets you nowhere. It's all about positivity. It's all about being progressive. It's about Sinn Féin moving forward. We're a party obviously wedded to change. We're always wanting to move forward, and I think we've shown fantastic leadership over the last year. Things have changed, things will continue to change, and we're up for that challenge. We're facing into what is going to be a very busy time in the next number of years. We're going to have council elections, European elections, and then moving the following year until obviously Westminister and the Assembly elections. So busy time ahead, but activists are up for it. We've a swell in our membership, and I think that's something very positive, and it shows that people are tuned into the Sinn Féin message. People are interested in joining Sinn Féin. We have a swell of young people and a swell of women, and that's all very fantastic stuff and bodes well for the future.
Well, today is a very positive and energetic day where the entire Sinn Féin group from across the north is coming together to plan and strategise for the year ahead, to debate and discuss issues that are of greatest importance to the people in our communities. So it's a good opportunity for us to come together and to talk about what we think the big issues are, and to feed in what we're hearing on the ground. One of the big issues that I'm hearing about is the continuing plight of the undocumented Irish in America, where up to 70,000 people are in America unable to return home, because if they come home they can't get back into America because they haven't got the proper visas. That's a huge problem, both for the 70,000 people that are stuck out there, but also for their family here. It's an issue that Republican and Democratic politicians in America are trying to resolve, and during the week we sent a message of support for immigration reform from the Assembly to America, and there's also an all-party group travelling from Ireland to Washington in the coming weeks to lobby and campaign on the issue, and I'm hopeful that there will be a success on that single issue.
Today has been a great occasion for us to network with our comrades across the 32 counties, and particularly during the workshops I enjoyed hearing about the various issues and how we can, I suppose, showcase ourselves coming into the next elections and put ourselves on a platform. I know that there are challenges ahead, but one of the issues I brought forward in terms of the issue of not having enough devolved powers to our institution is the issue of DVLA jobs that we're trying to retain, particularly in North Antrim and East Derry. This issue would definitely have a much quicker experience, I suppose, positive result if we had devolved powers into the Assembly, and that's one of the lobbying issues that we'll continue to have through the North Assembly.
Well, today has been fantastic. You see such a wide range of Republican activists from across the 6 counties and further field discussing strategy and how the party is going to move forward. We're in a great position of strength, and we're looking forward optimistically to next year's local government and European elections across the island. And as a young candidate going forward, days like this are invaluable to me, to hear experience and stories from people across the 6 counties, what they're doing, how we can improve the party structure and how we can improve Republican politics in the north of Ireland.
Well, tá sé táhacht bhain seo a másc comrádaí an seo a Co.Tyrone le bheith géisteach le strategise déanaí ón fáirtí tá muidir go seaga détha an darnoia agus tá sé ina tréimh sé táhachtach de gríomhaithe fud fad na sé condaí fud fad na tíre. So a seáil ealaí seo idir gríomhaí anú idir in héan mar gríomhaithe mar comrádaí ach táhachtach fásta le éist lena chur láthair a bhí deanta go dtí seo ar maidin. Is rud táhachtach í anamid go minic taobhas tíide Sinn Féin go bhfuil an seáil bhín teach le chéile a bheith play a bheith díosbaracht agus bheith a múnlú agus a cruí strategy an fartí ní amháin is na cóirlaí ach ar an talú agus an eis na cosú leis an channel agus an aimmanas commáisú tá sé ar dóid ar chuid airí agal an seo cóirlairí teachtaí dála seanadóirí cóiltaí ón channel commáis so tá sé táhachtá go bhfuil an náisian cruthaithe tá sé táhachtá go bhfuil an náisian buin agus sin an rud is fiúntaach ón lá atá.
It's great to be here today from comrades all over the 6 counties and indeed Ireland. As a young person, it's my first time coming to one of these sort of events, and it's been a very informative, a very interesting discussion. You have MLAs, you have councillors, you have government ministers, and as I say, as a young person coming to one of these things, you learn a lot. It's a great engagement. I found it very, very interesting. Like there's been a lot said here today, and I think as a young person that we have to get more active in politics, and today has been another example of that. There is young people engaging with Sinn Féin and the wider political struggle.
I find the workshops very interesting. I was able to speak to like MLAs and councillors and people from different constituency raising issues that also come into my constituency, and listening to things which I can bring back home, the issues of unemployment, issues around education and stuff, and it's really just a progression for me from the youth party coming into the main party.
Yeah, really positive day. A lot of interesting talks, a lot of energy, ideas floating around the room. And the workshops, you know, as a young person, it's good that our input is in place in the party and the way we move forward in the future.
It's great to be here as a Sinn Féin representative, a rural Sinn Féin representative here in Girvahy, in the heart of Tyrone, where we've come here today to plan and strategise the way forward for Sinn Féin. Particularly, it's important because we've in the next few years several different elections, and even here today there's a vast amount of young people, and a lot of them are upcoming candidates who are going to be running in the local elections. So it's great for somebody like me, who perhaps isn't as young anymore, to touch base with the youth of the party, and then we have more senior members of the party, and we've all got diverse views. There's people here from urban areas like Belfast, Armagh and Derry, and people like myself from the rural. So we're hearing all different perspectives, different ideas, different point of views, and it's good for me as an elected representative to touch base with the other members of our party that have come here today to plan and strategise for the way forward.
It's been a very helpful discussion so far. So many young people in the room. There's a wide spectrum of new candidates assembled for the meeting. The most important thing is that it's been putting a very strategic focus on the party's efforts in the north in a national context for the next for the incoming elections. But that needs to also be seen in context with the elections in 2015, 2016. So there's been a big discussion today about where we are, more importantly where we need to go to, and the atmosphere in the room, the quality of and calibre of those in attendance, the ideas that are being brought forward all indicate that we're very, very well focused on how we're going to put together the type of strategies and tactics and politics that will see us through successfully into next year's election, but that as a basis for then setting us up for a powerful set of elections in 2015, 2016.
Well, today it's been great to be up in Tyrone at the Assembly Way Planning Day, to put things into context, not only about the work that's been done so far, but the work that we're hoping to do into the future. Sinn Féin are an All-Ireland party, and it's important to remember that. So for me, it's a great pleasure to be here to see the colleagues in the Assembly, and not just the public representatives, but the activists from right across the north and the political advisors. It puts into focus the work plan that we need to do in terms of being a progressive party, a party that firmly advocates for equality, and making sure that those people we represent, the most vulnerable low and middle income families and rural communities, really are protected. It's also really heartening to see so many young people here today, and especially to find out that we have so many young candidates for the upcoming local and European elections. So we do have a big fight in the next year, but I think the atmosphere from the event today shows that we really are up for the fight, and our policies of progressiveness, equality, really are resonating with people right across the island of Ireland.
Well, it's fantastic to be here, and it's fantastic to see the vibrancy of this party, the energy that's in the party, the leadership that is provided by people like Michelle O'Neill and yourself, and of course the contributions that were made this morning, Katrina Ryan's comments. Michelle O'Neill is a real star within our party, providing real leadership, holding down a very important departmental portfolio in terms of delivering for the farming community. In terms of culture, arts and leisure, I think that there's no doubt that Carol Nicullen is doing an amazing job. John O'Dowd is fantastic in education. It's been widely acclaimed as providing real leadership, and the recent example of his support for schools, his support for kids and free school meals, his willingness to challenge the negative agenda of elements within the Conservative government in England in regard to things like A-levels and GCSEs. Clear leadership has been provided by the Sinn Féin ministers in government, so I think we're looking forward to all of the challenges that lie ahead, particularly in the context of the European elections, where we have an amazing candidate in Martina Anderson, and a great selection of candidates now being brought forward to fight the local government elections under the new boundaries. I think we're in very good shape.